Jai Gajanan, Ganeshaya Namastubhyam Hiramba Ekadantini Swami Davasane Tubhyam Brahmanaspataye Namaha. So Mudgalacharya is extolling the praise of Ganesha, who has manifested before him because after his intense penance on the single lettered Mahamantra of Ganesha given to him by Angiras Muni. He had gone to the forest and meditated on the Ekakshara mantra for 1,000 years. And Ganesha was pleased and he manifested before him. So now Mudgalacharya sings a song, has composed a stotra in praise of Ganesha. This stotra, I was searching for it for a long time. I was wondering where it was, and this was right in the beginning of Mudgal Puran. So I never noticed when I finished the translation, and I went ahead. And so this remained. Now that I'm going through beginning from the beginning, I finally found this stotra. It is so comprehensive. It is a bit long, very simple to understand, but it is comprehensive. Everything that is contained in all of the stotras can be found in this stotra. So it is an essence. So if we keep this one stotra, that is more than enough. So we'll go through this. So Sutta and Shaunaka and other rishis, they are sitting in front of Sutta. So they are eagerly asking, what was that stotra which Mudgalacharya sang in front of Ganesha? So Sutta says, I'm extremely glad to tell you, to narrate to you that particular, to recite to you once again that beautiful stotra composed by Mudgala. So please listen to it attentively. So he says, it is such that it will, if you listen to it with a devoted antakarana means mind, intellect, and chitta, memory. If you listen to it carefully, you will absorb it and embody it. So Mudgala says, Kim staumi tvam ganadyaksha vede, stotum na shakyate, Brahmadivischa yogindre tamati va vachishmivo. What more can I say when even Vedas find themselves inadequate to sing in your praise? How can I sing your praise, O Ganesha? To darshana prabhavena shakto asmi naja samshaya. There's no doubt that I am energized by your mere darshan. Tvad anugrahat sarve stotum shakta bhavanti vai. How can a humble devotee like me praise you? Oh Lord, I am trying to extol you with my limited intellect. So he says, Namaste Ganeshaya, Sarvadi Bhumne Pareshaya Vedatigaya. To the one who exists before everything, the most supreme amongst the supreme lords, to the one who is beyond the Vedas, to the bearer of Param Mayine Mayinam Mohadatre Aganyaya Ganyaya Tevai Namaste. So even to the Maya who is an enchantress, you endow her with that capacity for enchantment. To that Ganesha, I bow to you. My salutations to you. Puranadi Shastre Sada Sanstutaya Shivadye Surendre Namaste Stutaya. So you who existed even before the most ancient, even before everybody else, before the scriptures were formed, to the one who was extolled by Shiva itself and even Indra and others, to the one who has no beginning, middle, or end, to the one who is beyond differences, who is beyond beginning, middle, and end, to that person, to that one who can be understood, to that Sarveshwara, my obeisance. To the one who exists in 84 lakh yonis, Namo Lakshedashta Yoni Pracharata Akara Rupaya Yogena Yogin. Namo Ya Annabhutaya Sarvakaraya Kalananta Rupaya Pushti Pradaya. To the one who exists in 84 lakh yonis, that is species of creatures, the living beings on this entire planet, in this world, To the one who becomes their form through yoga, to such a yogi, I bow to you. To the one who becomes the Anna and is the origin of all, to the one who assumes the innumerable forms and becomes an amsha of those things and preserves them, I bow to you. Namo Bhumi Rupaya, Nana Prabheda Dharayata, Dharaya Nityaya Te Astu. So, you who are the form of this earth, and in it, who is a supporter of all the different animate and inanimate things that are present on this earth, you who bears all these differences, to the one who is a support of all. Jal Adi Swarupaya, Tripti Pradaya, Tad Akarahinaya, Saraya Dhamne. You who are in the form of water, who has assumed all kinds of forms. Tripti Pradaya, you who gives one who gives satisfaction. Tad Akarahina. But you yourself are without any form. You are to that essence, I bow to you. Namaste. Namastejasam Jyoti Rupaya Dunde. I bow to you, O Jyoti Rupa, the one who is in the form of light. O Dunde, Prakashaya. Dundi is another name for Ganesha. Prakashaya Bhoktre cha Sarvastitaya. You who enlightens everything and who is present everywhere. Namo Vayu Rupaya. You who are the form of wind or air. And who te Chalakaya, the one who makes it move. Prachara Swarupaya, Bhinnaya Tasmad. And the wind that carries all this message across the entire universe to the different forms, to that one. Namaswaswarupaya, Deeptaya, to that Swaswarupa, the one who is in an embodiment of self. Deeptaya, Purna Prakashaya, Bhutadika Brahmadatre. To the one who is an effulgent and who is a form of all the Bhutas, to that form of Brahma, I bow to you. Nama Stula Bhoga Swarupaya, one who is an enjoyer of gross forms. Jagran Mayaya Prabhu, Rajasayatha Te Astu, Nama Swapna Maya, Maya Ayapi, Sukshma Swarupaya, the one who is who provides us an enjoyment of the gross things in an awakened state, and who is in the as a rajasic, who has rajasic qualities, which becomes endowed with rajasic qualities and forms these different forms, cross pleasures. To that Lord, I bow to you. To the one who is the Atma of the Sukshma Rupa, the subtle body, I bow to you. To the one Karanayo Abhaya Brahmadaya Samayapi Saushupta Bhoginna Namaste. To the one who is in the Sthula form as well as the Sukshma form, I bow to you. To the one who, despite being Sama, equable, equanimity, still you go into the deep sleep state, to that one I bow to you. Namo Chetanadhara Rupaya, to the one who is a form of Chaitanya and the who support of Chaitanya, Te Astu Prayatna Prayada Pradaya Tribhoga Pradaya Guneshaya Chaitanya Dharaya Te Astu Namo Nada Rupaya Kalaya Cha Atmanaha. To the one who is a Chaitanya, who is a support of that Chaitanya, to the one who is capable of endeavors, different kinds of endeavors, who bestows enjoyments in all the three states, that is, in the awakened dream state and deep sleep state, who is in the form of sound, Nada Rupa, who is in the form of sound, and to that Kala, who is also the form of time, to that Atmana, I bow to you. To the form of Bindu, Namo Bindu Rupaya, Vakrananaya, Namo Dehamaya Viharaya, Tubhyam, Namas Chit Swarupaya, Soham Pradaya, Nirakara Dehi Swarupaya, Namostute. Namo Bindu Rupaya, the one who is a form of Bindu, the smallest particle, atom, and Vakrananaya, the one who has a twisted trunk, Namo Deha Maya Viharaya, the one who is a resident, who resides in this body which is Maya, which is illusory in nature. To you, I, to that Chitta Swarupaya, who exists in this form, in this gross form, which is illusory, but who exists as Chitta Swarup, that consciousness, as a mind, consciousness, matter, in each of this, who bestows Soham, that is, that I am, who gives us the knowledge or the experience of that I am, to that Swarupa, to that form, I bow to you. Sada Ekadantaya Janmadi जन्मातिकाय परायश्च शून्याय दैत्यायन्तकाय महादेश्च शत्रो महास्वरूपध्वजाय नमो नमो अनादिसिद्धाय मायाधराय. So who is this? He is describing him. Sada Ekadantai, who is always having one tooth, and who is formless. He has a body, and he is beyond the cycle of who is beyond the cycle of life and death, who is shunyaya, who is nothingness in nature, that is absence of anything, non-existence. Daityantakaya, who is a destroyer of the Daityas. Madadesha Shatru, who is the enemy of Madasur and others. We saw that who killed Madasur and other asuras, to the one who Maha Akudvajaya, who has the emblem of a rat, Mushaka, on his flag. Namo Anadi Siddhaya Mayadharaya, to the one who is a Siddha, the accomplished, without a beginner, to the without a beginning, to the bearer of Maya. Namo Jnana Rupaya. I bow to you, who the embodiment of knowledge. Nana Vihara Pradayatha Purnaya Sarvatragaya. Namo Mai Mayadi Bhedakaraya Sada Bodha Rupaya Teve Mahatmana. O you great one, who are residing in all different kinds of forms, who is present as the Atma in every form, but you yourself are complete by yourself. But you to the you are the main cause of these differences, who is present in these different forms, but who is the cause of these different forms due to Maya, due to your own Maya. By your Maya, you have created these differences, but you make us understand Bodha Rupaya. You are present as wisdom, enlightenment within them. To that Mahatmana, I bow to you. So you see, he is describing almost every aspect that is possible of this Ganesha. Nama Sankhya Rupaya, who is atomic in nature. Dehina Paraya, who you are beyond bodies, beyond the gross. Swasambhoga Hinaya, you yourself are beyond any enjoyment, but remaining in the bodies, you keep enjoying everything. To that person who is beyond knowledge, who is devoid of knowledge, to even the ignorance, Medhamayaya, one who is without knowledge. Nama Swaswarupaya cha Anandaya. You who are within your own self, to that bliss, to the embodiment of bliss. Samadhi Swarupaya Maunatmakaya, to the yogis who can attain you in Samadhi states, who in that depth of silence. Swasamvedya Yogena, through the self-knowingness of yoga, you are attainable. Vinatma Pradbodhaya Sarvadipaya. So who is in the Atma form and bestows Ananda to the one who observes silence and who can be attained in the state of Samadhi through Swa Samvedya Yoga, that is self-knowing, self-realization, to the one who has knowledge of his own self. To Sarvadipaya, who is a leader of all, I bow to you. Sat Swarupaya, Nama Panchadi Maya Karaya Chaturdha Vibhinnaya Dharmin. Asadrupakayat Shaktya Atmakaya Namo Bhed Abhed Dinatmakaya. So you who created through Shakti the different forms, and you remain as the Atma of the Shakti, and by and you who created Surya, who is the Atma in all these forms, to that one I bow to you. To the one who has created the different panchendriyas, pancha jnanendriyas, pancha karmendriyas, pancha mahabhutas, pancha tanmatras, and then you subdivide it into all of them, and you subdivide it into others like sthula, sukshma, karana, karya, four ashramas, four varnas. All of this you have divided, and you remain as the Atma within all of them in the form of Surya. But Surya is an aspect, the Atma aspect comes from Surya. To that form, I bow to you. To the one who is form of Sat and the essence of Surya. The Sat aspect, the truth aspect. Asat is Shakti. Sat aspect is Surya, who is the realization of the Atma and bearer of Maya. To the one who is absolute, immortal, Advitiya, incomparable, second to none. There's non-dual. To the one who bestows liberation, to that one I bow to you. Chaturnam Bhedaya Sanyogakaryan Swasamvedya Bhavena Vignadipaya Swabhaktasya Pakshe Sada Sanstitaya Ganadisha Hantre Mahadaityakanam. Chaturnam Abhiveda, one who has divided himself into the four. That is Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and Vishnu, Shakti, and Surya. Swasamvedya Bhavana, by self-knowing, through self-knowing. And Vignadipaya, one who is a lord of obstacles. But to the devotees, he is always standing beside his devotees and ready to destroy anyone who causes harm or difficulties to his devotees. Namah karma rupaya. Karmadi kartre jananam swakarmadina bhogadatre. One who is a form of karma itself and who makes people do the karmas, and the one who is karmadana bhogada, who also enjoys the work. By remaining as an Atma within the human beings, he not only gets the work done through the humans, but also enjoys doing that work. Namo Jnana Rupaya Nisangadaya Sada Karmahinaya Te Kevalaya, who is a form of knowledge, and but he himself is detached and devoid of karmas, and he gets these work done, gets the actions done. Namaste Samana Pradaya Pradaya Abhayaya. Namaste Samana Pradaya, who gives the experience of equanimity in all. That is of Vishnu, the quality of Vishnu. Abhayaya, fearlessness. Samaya atha yogena cha anandaya nama sahaja brahma bhuya pradaya tridhamne trihinaya santoshadaya. You are also, I also bow down to you who are in the form of sahaja, the spontaneity, or one who is in the natural state, and who is tridhamne, who is beyond the three states of waking, sleep, and deep dream and deep sleep state, and who is devoid of them, who is detached from all these three states, namely Shiva. To that I bow to you. Chaturdhasthitinam Sada Palakaya, one who is a preserver of all the three states, Nijatma Sarupaya Sanyogakari, who remains within as Atma Sarupaya through Sanyoga, Aparaya, incomparable, Nana Chaturnam Samuhe the Adhishaya, He Ramba Tupyam Namaste. Oh He Ramba, I bow down to you who is Aparan, who is endless, who is omniscient, who is present everywhere, but and who can ayogaya maya vihinaya, who is detached as ayoga, non-attached, who is beyond yoga, and who is maya vihina, without any maya, now untouched by maya. To you I bow down. Nirananda Rupaya Nityam. You are always in a state of beyond bliss, Nityam, eternal. Nivritti Swarupaya, who is a form of liberation itself. Bhinnaya, Te Astu Namo, Yoga Rupa Samadhi Stitaya. You, as a form of, who can be realized through yoga in Samadhi states, to him I bow down to you. Namo Yoga Shanti Swarupaya. Shanti Pradatre, one who is the form of yogic peace, who bestows yogic peace, Ganeshaya, Yogaya Tubhyam, you are the form of yoga itself. Sada Brahmanam, Brahmadatre, Akhilesha Gananam Pate, Jeshta Rajayate Astu. You who are the Brahmanaspati of all, that is Brahma of all Brahmas, the Lord of all Brahmas, who is the Gananam Pati, who is the Lord of all the Ganas. So that is why Ganapati, and you are the Jeshta Raja, you are the eldest of all. To you, who I bow down to you. Namo Brahmane, Srishti who you are the creator of the universe. Sadavai Rajodharine, as a creator, you always have a predominance of Rajasic qualities. Veda, Veda Shastradi Kartre, one who is a creator of all Vedas and Shastras, who Sada Srishtihinaya, Samyaya Dhamne, Namo Mayine, Madhyavritti Stitaya. To the one who is always the preserver in the four states and yet brings Sanyoga, the union of the five Mahabhutas to form the body, to that Heramba, who is the Lord of the four aspects and who is an innumerable collection of force, who has divided it himself into fours, and these fours have formed innumerable creations of their own. To him, I bow down to you. Namas, Namas Tamasaya, Samhara Kartre, one who is a form of tamas in nature. Oh, Sattvarupaya Vishnu Prabheda. Namas Sattvarupaya, who is a form of Sattva in nature, that is, which is the quality of Vishnu. Prabodha Jagat Palakaya, one who is a preserver of this universe, who is a bear, who supports Maya. And Nama Sattvahinaya Sarvatikaya Kavinam Pade, Vignahantre Namaste. But you are beyond even sattvic qualities. You are the Vignahantre, means who are the creator and destroyer of obstacles, Lord of obstacles. I bow down to you. Namas Tamasaya, Samhara Kartre, as with your tamasic qualities, you create destruction. Trinetra Pradipaya, Shaktir Dharaya. You are the one with three eyes, that is Shiva with three eyes. You are his Shakti. Sada Kala Rupaya, Kailasadaya, who is in the form of Kala or time, who resides at Kailash. Tamohina Rupaya, Lambodharaya. But you, as Lambodhara, you are devoid of these tamasic qualities. You are beyond these tamasic qualities. Namak Karmanam Moola Bijayate Astu. You are the seed of all. Namo Bhanu Rupaya Tejomayaya. As Bhanu, you are the effulgent. Trikaladi Bodhaya Suryaya Bhumne. You who gives us the experience of Trikala, that is the three, this past, present, and future, by the revolution of Surya in this cosmos, in the Surya Mandala, through this cosmos, by the movement of the Surya and other planets, who gives us the three seasons, who Prakashe, but you yourself as Heramba, you are devoid of this light, or you're beyond this light. To him, I bow down to you. Nama Shakti Rupaya Moha Pradaya. As Shakti, you provide enchantment. Kriyadhara Bhutaya Nana Brahmaya. Through the actions of various things, you create illusions. And Ananta Swarupadi Leela Dharaya. You perform various innumerable Leelas through all these different forms. But you, as Siddhi Isha, the Lord of Siddhi, you are beyond Shakti. To you, I bow down to you. I bow down. Namaschandra Rupaya, Pushti Pradaya. As the form of Chandra, you provide health. See, it is in moonlight that all the Ayurvedic plants they grow. So, and all the plants, for that matter, the nourishment, the splitting up of the absorption of the nourishment from the roots into the through that osmosis effect takes place in moonlight. So that so as a you are a provider of health in the form of Chandra. कला अभि त्रिलोकस्थ भूतादिकेभ्य सुधाधारकाय नक्षत्रकादि प्रकाशाय या अन्नहीनाय दुंडी ओ दुंडी you are the illuminator of all these numerous stars across the universe. Nakshatra adi prakashaya, you give light to all this, but you yourself are you are the form of light itself. To you, Dundi, I bow down to you. Nama Kamarupaya. You are the one who creates desires. Gajakara Tundaya, you have the form of an elephant, the face of an elephant with the trunk. Harindradi Deve Sada Samstutaya, you are there in the form of Hari, Indra, in all the forms of, in all gods, you are present. And Shuka, the Dharma Hadbishcha, Vandyayate, who all of these gods worship you, including Shuka and others. Anityaya Nityaya, Devesha Deva Sakamaya, Nishkama Bhava Pradaya, you who are endless, means infinite, who exhibit infinite leelas by assuming innumerable forms, and nishkama, you grant nishkama, that is, you grant selfless without desirelessness to the sakama, to those who are desired, and still they worship you regularly. To the one who is worshipped by all, I bow to you. O Sarvesha, who is worshipped by Indra, Varuna, Sesha, you who are the son of Kashyapa, you have been born in the house of Sarvaputraya, Sarvatmakaya. See, you have been born in so many houses as per according to their wishes. When they have prayed and did penance, you have been born in Kashyapa, Kapila, Varenya, Parashara, Shambhu, Parshva. In all these houses, in all these gods' houses, families, you are born. So to you, Ganadisha, I bow to you. You who are the son of the wife of Madhava, to one who is a mother and father of all, to the son of all, I bow to you. To one who has a noose, who carries a noose, a tusk, a sickle, I bow to you. So he has described in all these ways. To Mayuresha, O Yogisha, who is unmanifest, avyakta as well as vyakta, who is unmanifest as well as manifest, who has a form and who is formless, whose head represents the formlessness and whose body represents the forms. To such a Gajanana, I bow to you. Your body represents the Tvam aspect of this universe. The Tat aspect is represented by your head, which is the elephant's face. And Asi, the union of both, is the Asi aspect. And thus you are the embodiment of Tattvamasi, to whose left side is Siddhi, to whose right side is Buddhi. And you who are beyond Siddhi and Buddhi, who are the form of union of both, but you yourself are genderless, to that Ganesha, I bow to you. I bow to Dundishwara, whose effulgence is limitless. So it is no doubt that all your devotees pray in devotion to you, O Ganesha. So you are Brahma, you give the experience of Brahma Bhuyatva, that is beingness of Brahma. You absorb the devotees within you and give them the experience of who you actually are. So to such a Ganesha, I bow down to you. So this is the entire sloka stotra that he has narrated. Sutta says, after extolling Ganesha in this manner, he does a Sashtang Namaskar, and the Ganesha is very much pleased by the stotra. Ganesha says, anyone who recites, chants, or the reads, or even listens to this stotra 21 times for 21 days will get all that what he desires. He will be free from any bad effects of black magic and any other negative influences. He will be free from the torments of imprisonments by reading this stotra. Oh, my beloved devotee will be blessed with all that he desires. So, in this manner, Ganesha blesses Mudgalacharya, and um, uh, and he assures him that you chant this stotra with devotion, I will always be there for you. With this reassurance, Ganesha disappears. So, with this, we conclude this chapter 21 of the first part of the Muddal Puran, which is titled the Ganesh Stotra. If possible, get hold of this stotra, keep it in your puja place, chant it whenever, at least on Chaturthi days, or if you chant when you have any particular intention, sankalpa, where you want to do, chant it for 21 days and see how your desires are fulfilled. Jai Gajanan. We shall continue the Mughal Puran tomorrow. Let us get ready for meditation. Be comfortable wherever you are. See that your feet are firmly planted on the floor, spine erect, hands on your lap, palms facing upwards, eyes gently closed. Bring all your attention from from all that you have been listening so far into yourself. Bring your attention to your body. Relax into your body. Be fully present. Focus on your breathing. Bring your attention to the incoming breath. And see it go all the way within, and then exhale. Allow the breath to come naturally. Do not force it. Watch the breath as it flows by the natural action of the lungs. This requires you to slow down. Slow down the mind from its distractive thoughts. You can gently tell the mind, I'll attend to you later. Count 1 to 9 with every inhalation and 1 to 9 with every exhalation. Get into the flow. Let the breath be rhythmic, rising and falling as though like a wave. Observe how quickly your mind has quietened as the length of the incoming breath is long. That is, it is of a high vibration. This reduces the frequency of the breath per minute. This brings peace, mind. And when the mind is peaceful, we can introduce a thought which we need answers to, a complex problem or some question that you have had no answers to so far. Try that. Ask yourself some situation or things for which you need answer to. You know, don't need to go and ask someone else. Ask your own mind, whatever it may be, whether it's related to your work, it's related to your family, to your friend, or regarding your health or some emotional problem. Ask the question and wait for the answer. Don't allow your mind to think anything voluntarily. Just let the answer come from the silence. Ask the question, repeat the question again. Ask with different words, little worded differently, and wait for the answer. If you have not yet received the answer, ask again in a different way, looking at the problem from another angle. If you have received the answer, probe it further. How to carry that forward? What's the next step? What do I have to do for that? The how will be taken care of by the universe. What is required is your next step. The answers come from space, which is a place of pure potential, of absolute potential. Hold on to those answers, and you can act on them. Very often, when we get these answers, we argue with that answer and talk ourselves out of it. We argue that this cannot be done, or this is the way it should be, or someone else might say this or that, and we talk ourselves out of the possibility. Here, we need to be clear in our mind and clear in our thinking. Choices come to us. We need to make the right choice. A confused mind will not make the right choice. How do we know our choice is right or wrong? From whose point of view is it right or wrong? What's right for you may be wrong for another. Right from the absolute sense, right according to the cosmic laws. Everything functions according to a law. And if we follow that law, if we know that law, then our choice will be according to that law. Then things will work out. When we assert the right to freedom of speech, we should also remember the right of another. We cannot harm another in thought, word, and deed. So, in our expression, all these three to be taken care of. Mere speech. This is not, we are not even touching on anything else. In a democratic country, we feel we assert, we demand that we have a right to speech, we have a freedom of speech. How much control do we have in our speech? Does our words hurt another mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually? Then it is beyond redemption, even. Choose words carefully. Today, we have plenty of avenues for expression of our thoughts and feelings, even our physical expression through social media, freely available 24 hours of the day, reachable to millions across the globe. Do we recognize the impact it can have? While we bathe in the glory of viral videos, the fame, the instant fame it brings, or instant recognition, are we equally aware of the impact, particularly the harmful impact it could create if expressed willfully or with malice? Its impact is known after the harm is done. Most of it is an afterthought. Freedom carries responsibility, and responsibility is correlated with the authority bestowed upon you. The greater the authority, the greater is your responsibility. Responsibility in speech, word, and deed. Let us follow the concept of need to know. Need-based communication. At the same time, communicate whenever necessary, not when you feel like. Communication is a bridge that keeps us all together, keeps us informed, keeps the necessary channels open for actions that's required in our day-to-day life. Let's be responsible. Here, I would like to mention a word on criticism. Perhaps criticism is understood better in the West, but this is for the Indian audience. We think it is our right to criticize. Criticism comes very naturally to us. We criticize anyone and everyone all the time. We first criticize and then look at it, whether we agree or not. There was one beautiful book, The Argumentative Indian. We can argue endlessly over everything. Let's exercise some control there. Healthy criticism is necessary, but it requires proper balance with arguments and supported with evidence. Not criticizing for criticism's sake. The moment we have taken a stand against another, we think we have every authority to criticize. Open any channel on TV, any YouTube, and we are flooded with criticism. Looking at things objectively is one thing, and criticizing blindly is another. That's where the facts get eroded. Let's be careful in how we express because words have power. Words can hurt, and wounded hearts seldom heal if they ever heal again. One quick guidance for this would be always say things in the positive. Even if it is a negative thing, think of the opposite and say it in that positive way. It will not change the meaning or situation, but you can always choose to say a negative thing positively. This requires a command over the language, whatever language it may be. Any language is beautiful. Let us not criticize the beauty of one language over the other. Even when talking to yourself, be kind. Kindness begins at home with yourself. It will then get reflected when communicating with others. I think the message has gone deep. Reflect over it. God bless you. Slowly bring your attention to yourself. Wriggle your fingers and your toes. Rub your hands together. Cup your palms and place it on the eyes. Gently rub your face. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes.